Hello, everybody. My name is Louis Lee, and this is Concrete and Campfire. My man Arco. What's up, Arco?
How you doing, brother? Good to see you again.
Good, good. So tonight we're going to talk about the storms that are coming through the United States, like a vengeance, and things that you could do to help prepare yourself, or or stay warm and all that good stuff. And we got a good friend of ours coming on, Bill. He'll be on in a little bit. So, Arco, what do you think? You're up in Minnesota. I'm in Arizona. Different
Yep.
temperatures. I'm at 60. You're at
And
what?
I'm at 16 below right now. Last night we were at 33 below.
Wow. So in between me and you, the weather is fluctuating major. Like
Yeah.
some places is hot, some places cold. So that's why we wanted to do this channel to talk about how to prepare for this kind of stuff. Like Texas, Oklahoma, North Carolina, all those places are getting that ice storm, and they're not prepared for ice. So when the ice hits those power lines, power goes out, your heat goes out. So what are you prepared for in a situation like this?
Yeah, and that's the thing is don't put your eggs in one basket. First off, I was going to say Robert and Bill Cameron and Herbert, everybody, I really appreciate you guys showing up tonight. But as far as like trying to prepare, I kind of got caught with my pants down this week. I walked over to the shop yesterday and realized that my propane is at 5%, and I'm hoping that they're going to be able to fill it tomorrow. If not, I have redundancy. I have another stove that I'll put in there. It's in the paint booth, and I'll just move it over into the main shop and then, light the furnace and use the propane stove, doing it that way to warm up the shop. My shop is real insulated, but you're talking, 33 below zero, your heater's running full time. Now, can you imagine, like last night I was coming back from Bemidji. That's when it was 27 below, I think it was. And there was a car on the side of the road broke down. And I'm like, man, I was just praying. I was like, I hope those people are okay, man. I hope they had, because if they get caught in the cold, their motor dies, they got no way to heat their car. And then all of a sudden, you don't have a cell phone, or your cell phone battery's dead, you're in big trouble, man. Because where they were at was probably 3 or 4 miles from any house that I seen on that road. And the road was, I couldn't even hardly drive on it. I was driving maybe 20 miles an hour on that road because it was solid ice, And I don't know. I just hope they're okay,
Right. So I don't know if you people in the chat, if you ever cut your car off in a real cold area, your car cools off really fast. Like, man, you could be in trouble in 5 minutes without even blinking. So I tell my kids and family members that keep extra blankets in the vehicle, keep extra clothes, because you can layer up. That'll help.
Carrying a bug out bag too.
Yeah, in a bug out bag. But in your trunk, you keep it in your trunk, you might not be able to get out of the vehicle to get to the trunk. So, keep it in the back seat if you can.
I always keep mine right in the back seat with me, unless, we have kids in the car or whatever. But most of the time I have my bug out bag in between my legs. That way, if something happens, and I can throw it on real quick and take off. If there's, we get in a bad car wreck, or we need first aid, or somebody else needs first aid, or we need some way to, I have extra gloves in there and hats or whatever. What's up, Ozark? Thanks for showing up, you guys. But having all that stuff on you at all times, man. People don't realize that, it goes both ways though, because you can go into the desert in a totally different situation, and you have no water, and you got no way to, keep the sun off your head, a hat, protecting yourself, and man, it can go sideways fast.
And a lot of this stuff don't take up a lot of room. People say, well, I don't have room in my car, or, you do. You just don't want your car to be a little cluttered. But when you break down or get stuck somewhere, you'll wish you had that clutter.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll be thinking about it twice. But that's why I carry my EDC on me at all times, having a fire steel. Like right now, I'm in my pajamas or whatever, and I still got all my stuff on me, my knives, my fire steel. It's 16 below zero out here right now. There's been times when I went to go in the house and everybody went to bed, locked me outside. I'm over at the shop, and then at least I have my keys on me. But if they lock the door and I didn't have my keys, or like sometimes I'll drop my keys and I've had them fall between the deck, and you got to crawl under there. By the time you're done, 10 minutes, you're freezing. You're starting to lose fingers and stuff, when it's this cold. People don't understand how cold it is here,
Yeah. Now out here in the desert, so right now it's 60 degrees. But when that sun goes down past the mountains, it's unbelievable how cold it gets, like instantly. It drops 10 degrees easy.
Even in Arizona, man. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times too where like I don't carry my bug out bag, but I always have my EDC on me, my everyday carry. That people that don't know what that means. But like we've been on our Harleys, our motorcycles, and we've been on a run and stuff, and we're coming home, and we're booking it home, and then something happens, and we have to pull over. Somebody runs out of gas, battery cable breaks off, and we got to fix something on the side of the road. Man, you can get in trouble fast because we ride when it's cold too here in Minnesota. There's been times when it's I think the coldest we ever rode was it was like 20 degrees, but a wind chill of like 17 degrees out, and I mean that's cold when you're on a motorcycle doing 110.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep. That's how our car is too, bro. Like all of our vehicles, we got bug out bags that we carry with us, and then we have bug out bags that we keep in each vehicle.
Yeah.
We always have lighters, fire steels, and it's always about redundancy. Not one flashlight, but a few flashlights, and then fire steels, any 2 or 3 or 4 different ways to make fire.
Yeah. And you can't even say you don't have any flashlights because they're cheap, man. You can get flashlights for $1, $2 at stores. Just buy a whole bunch of cheap ones and throw them all over the place.
And I know we keep going over this over and over all the time on our channel, but a lot of good it's going to do if those flashlights are not charged up or don't have good batteries in them,
Right.
It's because it seems like, what's the old saying? When it's cold, your heater goes out. When it's hot, your AC goes out.
Yep.
Make sure your batteries are changing your flashlight and they're plugged in and charged up and ready to rock. Mylar emergency blanket, super small, half a dozen glove box, make big difference in a pinch. Yeah, heck yeah, it does.
There we go.
Yeah, these guys are putting up some good comments right here. Really appreciate you guys showing up. Honest Paint. Anybody know this Honest Paint speed shop guy? It's Dad Chad. What's up, brother? So I was talking to Bill Cameron though, and he grew up in Detroit, and Louis grew up. He was born and raised, I guess, in Ohio. I was born and raised in Stockton, California. So it goes, we're all from different areas, and so tonight we were talking about different urban situations, and I asked Bill Cameron if he could come on here because we couldn't get a hold of Randy tonight from Ozark Great Adventures, and we were really hoping that he'd be on here tonight. He couldn't make it. Something happened or whatever. I couldn't get a hold of him. And so maybe next Sunday after next, we'll have him on here,
Yep. So is he Ozark Wood? Wait, what's the name of his channel? Ozark's Woodsman?
Ozark Great Adventures.
Oh, okay. So
anybody know where Randy's at? He's missing in action, man. We've been trying to get a hold of him and texting him, or not texting him, but emailing him and whatever. His whole crew's on here right now.
Okay. All right.
These are all the shady characters in the comments right now. Bill Cameron.
Hey, gentlemen. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
Doing great. It's warmed up here a lot. We're 14 right now.
14.
Yeah, yesterday was below 0 day. But yeah, it's still chilly. The first real winter we've had in quite a while. Since we did the Raise the Roof project. Remember that? That was a good winter.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it figured it'd be that weekend when we were doing the roof raise too.
Yeah. It's all right. We had a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see exactly what I was saying, Louis. Herbert was just saying he might be snowed in.
Yeah.
Out camping, no one knows for sure. Yeah.
He might have forgot. Maybe he got drunk. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, we'll keep prayers on him. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm. Hey, that was a good show earlier, Bill.
Thank you. Thank you for being on, man. I really appreciate it.
I got some ideas for your show. I want to throw at you later too.
Cool.
Cool stuff.
Sounds good. Sounds real good. Got to get Lewis over there one of these days.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let me know when I'm always free now.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I retired 2 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations!
Oh man, it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to it, but it's coming naturally.
Sweet. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we're on at 5 Eastern every Sunday. Is
5
the time 5 Eastern? Yeah,
every Sunday. Okay.
I'll try to remember. I'll shoot you a text, and if you're available, great. If not, that's no problem. Just good group of people.
What's your platform?
We're going. We're using the gospel side of the Sunday night. We call it the Sunday night service in the garage.
Okay.
And you'll see it. You see the motor behind me, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I picked up from Arco last summer when we were with them.
Oh
and,
yeah.
It's a Buick Straight 8. So that's going to be what's featured like through the week and things like that. And then the Sunday night is something my wife and I do each week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'll love to come.
Yeah, it'd be great to have you guys.
I'll bring the chief and high commander with us.
Absolutely. Like to see you again.
I got to ask, could everybody on our channel, could everybody hear us right now? Robert was saying he has no audio or anything. So everybody good?
Testing, microphone check. 1 2 1 2. Heidi can hear us.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's in the room with you, isn't she?
No.
Right next door.
She's not allowed in here. Oh wait, this is her shop.
That's right.
You're in her
I
office.
thought that's what I heard earlier.
No. Okay, he says he finally got us. It was just an operator error. Come on, Robert, get with it. He's got to figure it out.
So, Bill, tell us a little bit about your growing up and your experiences in the concrete side.
All right. Well, I grew up in a real small town about 40 miles west of Detroit. But my first experience with let's call it the the concrete jungle, I'm going to call it, happened to be during the riots in '67. And, I'd been down to Detroit, of course, with my folks and things like that. And, but that was the first time that it was like scary. Okay. We had just drove over to Windsor over the Ambassador Bridge to pick up some friends that flew in from Scotland. And it was, the whole city was on fire. I'm telling you, it was like you could see fire and smoke from anywhere. And, so we went across the bridge and we picked them up in Windsor to bring them back to the States. And as we were coming over, they were basically begging my dad, turn around, we got to go back. We don't want to be here. It was very frightening for them because they lived in the countryside in Scotland. And they were over here visiting with us. And he says, don't worry. At the same time, he's telling me, Bill, get on the floor. Don't stick your head up. And that was the first time I really saw it. Now, go ahead a few years. I started working in Detroit in the 70s. Okay, so not that long after the riots and all that. And there was a lot of violence in the area that I worked, a lot of crime. Cars being stolen. Every single day there would be at least one car stolen right out from under our noses. These guys know how to get a car and get it fast. We had all fenced in lots everywhere. We were on 25 acres. It was a real high-tech company in a real low-tech area, is the way I look at it. And it was very frightening. We had one time, we had an occasion where one of our managers came in early one day, like 6 o'clock, and out in front of his office, there's a couple just sitting in the car, just sitting there, doing nothing. There's a reason for that, because he went out there a few hours later while they were still sitting in there. They both had been shot in the head.
Oh, wow.
So they're like murdered right in front of our shop. And it was gruesome, but you know how we call it the roach coach or the lunch truck or whatever comes around at break time. We'd be out there at 9 o'clock in the morning, and a day wouldn't go by when you didn't hear gunshots, you know. And I was in an area called Brightmoor. Brightmoor there's more cocaine arrests there than anywhere else in Detroit. The violence is just crazy. You know, it's just a very high crime area. And so I spent 26 years there, and it was, you always had to be watching over your shoulder, you know. And even these last 19 years, the job I had, I was down in Dearborn. If you've seen any of the things on the news lately with Dearborn, it's a entirely Muslim city. It's the largest Arab population in the United States. And it seems like Islam is getting a little bit more prevalent and even maybe a little more violent, at least some parts of them. And I'm not here to talk bad about them or anything. I'm just telling you what it was like down there. And Dearborn was a really, really nice community, really nice restaurants and all that, you know. Used to go down there, and after a while, we just, you know, I started taking, like, Ford was my big account, and I would, instead of taking them anywhere in that area, we'd take them, you know, 20 miles away. So we didn't get, you know, picked off. We were like a stranger in a different country.
Yep.
Right.
And so you talk about everyday carry and stuff like that. I might have told you, Arco, what I used to carry. I've got that little 9mm submachine gun. It folds up. Keep that right in my backpack.
I would never do something like that. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, that's cool. Wait till you start hearing gunshots going off every day.
Yeah.
Actually, one day I showed up at one of the Ford plants. Now I had access to every Ford plant. Okay. And I had drive-in access, which most people don't get, but this was a big program we were working on, and whatever, they felt sorry for me or whatever, and gave me this pass. So I am going in one morning, driving through the main gate at the Ford Dearborn truck plant where they make the aluminum F-150, and my card wouldn't scan. And the security guy came.
Campfire. My man Arco. What's up, Arco?
I think you guys just started coming through on my phone. Okay, there we go. It was a replay from you earlier. Anyways, security guy came out there and he says, we're not letting anybody in. Like, what happened? Well, somebody went in there and shot somebody, and the place is locked down, and you know, try coming back in the next few days type thing. And all the security changed, and they really got tight, you know, about that. But the Dearborn truck plant obviously is in Dearborn, and they have a lot of facilities like on Michigan Avenue down through that area that most of the areas are pretty tough.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, I'm in the same situation in Youngstown.
Yep.
You know, grew up in the same type of thing. And I've noticed that when you live there, you kind of get used to it. It like becomes normal.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you don't realize how bad it is anymore because you're in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So our friend Terry came in from New York, and he was following me and my wife back to my house. So we get to a stoplight. My wife's in front of me. She runs the stoplight. Then I pull up, I look, I run the stoplight, and then he pulls up and he waits for the light. So once we get to the house, he's like, "Man, what's going on? Why you guys running the light?" I was like, "Oh, we're in a bad neighborhood, but you know, you can't sit at these lights. You got to keep it moving."
It's the same. Like down in the ghetto areas that I would go for work, you know, that plant that they filmed the movie 8 Mile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that was one of my customers too. They processed a lot of Ford work there and whatnot. But even their guard shack was way off the like the entrance into the parking area where you would go and enter the building. They didn't even come near the property line at all. They would stay way back, and you'd have to call them from the gate. And you'd have to have a contact and all that, and they'd let you in. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a different experience when you get out of the main downtown area. The main downtown area, man, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. They've got the auto show going on right now down there. It's lightly attended because of the weather, but it's safe. When you're walking downtown, you're downtown around the restaurants and all that stuff, no problem. You get a couple blocks outside of that,
Yeah.
it's rough.
You know, and that's the bad part. Growing up in Stockton, there was times when I'd have my wife and kids, and we'd be in like Walmart or something, and somebody gets shot up right next to you in the same aisle by gangbangers or drug dealers or whatever, and you'd have to like drag that person down the aisle while, you know, your lady is holding the kids so nothing happens to them, and then we're going out the back door of Walmart or whatever, and it's like, or in the Toys R Us parking lot. I mean, wherever, on a bus, anywhere, you know, anywhere you are, and like you were saying, you get so used to it that it's actually like, wow, I can't believe that just happened, and I didn't even blink an eye, man. It's just normal everyday crap, you know.
Yep. And a lot of young people just grow up in that environment, and so there's no wonder that so many of them have such a rough time as they, you know, become adults and have to deal with real life, and they've just seen a lot of gang activity and things like that.
And you know, growing up the way I did, I'm not going to say no names, but being raised in outlaw motorcycle clubs and having members at your house all the time, and, you know, guys holding like rifles and like AKs and whatever on their backs and ARs on their back and stuff the whole time in your neighborhood, patrolling your house, patrolling your front yard, your garage, in your house in the middle of the night sometimes, and you're just like, oh, that's normal everyday thing, you know.
Yeah.
And growing up like that, and now I look back and I'm like, man, oh man, that was nuts. I tell Heidi about that, and she's like, I'm never going to Stockton, man. Like, there's no way. And I'm like, oh, it's a different kind of place, man.
Yeah, and I just got to watch out for Sasquatch.
Yeah.
So, Bill, what would be your suggestion for awareness or safety when people traveling into your area or in the area like yours?
Yeah. Now where I live, no problem. Arco and Heidi even made it here and survived and left. But the Detroit area, the suburbs, even the closer suburbs, are getting more violent. I mean, everything seems to be moving out, you know. But it's like when people move from, you know, whatever, you know, New York to Florida. Well, they take their New York stuff with them, right? And they're the same people, and which is great. But it's a different environment for them, and then they still live, you know, like they were living in New York, let's say. Now, I'm right between Detroit, Flint, and Ann Arbor. Okay, Ann Arbor's pretty decent, but Flint and Detroit, you never know. You never know.
Right.
I was just telling Louis,
Heidi.
I was just telling Louis that, you know, growing up like that, and you see people even nowadays, you know, destroying their cities. You're like, you're trying to explain to them, and they're so hard headed. You're like, hey, you're crapping in your own neighborhood.
Yeah.
You're destroying your cave that you live in. And it's sad, man. My dad was telling me when I was younger in Detroit that, because at one time he was a fireman, and he was telling me that some of the guys from like Detroit and whatever would be telling him stories, and the guys would go in, these gangbangers and stuff would go in the house, cut the floors out, light the house on fire, call the fire department, and then they'd watch the firemen run in, and the floor would break and they'd fall on
Man,
die
that's
on
right.
fire, you know. And it's like, man, or you know, doing stuff like that to the cop cars.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know, you're destroying your own people, man. It's sad.
It is sad.
And it seems like it's got worse, you know.
And it's for reasons they don't really even understand themselves. You know, I believe a lot of the people, like in Minnesota, where they're out there doing all their riding and everything, they're out there for a cause. But if they had to explain it to you, they might have a hard time explaining it to you.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a good example. So say you were just driving down the street and you end up in one of those protests or riots. What would you suggest? Like, what would be your way to go?
First thing I would try to do is, as soon as I saw it, would be to back out and get out of there. Now, if somehow you ended up in the middle of it, I'm telling you what I would do. I would just keep driving.
Yeah, I was going to say keep it on 70 miles an hour on cruise control.
Yep. I did a video, but it's probably a couple of years ago at least. I was still on the Ford stuff. So it was a few years back. And I was driving through that same area I was telling you about. It's called New Center Stamping. That's where they filmed that movie. And I mean, sirens, and it's just, it's almost like you're in a tunnel the whole way through there. There's, railroad tracks going above you and all this stuff, and you're down in this like hollow. I mean, it's like, I would never stop there. Never. Even if I didn't see anybody around there. It's not safe.
Growing up in Stockton, I was in the LA riots, and I'll tell you what, that's probably, I don't really get scared of things, because of the stuff that I've grown up with, but that was probably one of the most terrifying moments of my life, man. Being a young kid growing up in Stockton, and then watching all this stuff from the LA riots happening, and then watching your neighbor's face get shot off and everything else,
Right.
And then, I mean, that's a perfect example when that guy walked by and he's got like a trench coat thing on, and he knocks on my neighbor's door, and my dad and all my uncles and family and whatever, they're all standing out there with guns. And this guy looks right over at us and knocks on that door, and the door opens, and he shoots this guy in the face, walks over to the railroad tracks, throws the gun over the tracks, and takes off. And like I said, as a kid, watching that guy look over at you, man, you feel your soul leave your body.
Oh,
man.
yeah, no doubt.
It's like, woo. And I knew that he was looking at me like, I ain't messing with that family, because there was 15 people behind me holding guns. Like, don't do it, dummy.
Yeah. I had the advantage when I was young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, my early teens. My mom and dad were in a motorcycle club called the Iron Mustangs. And they, my dad was the treasurer, and then he was the president and all that. And we spent summers out there a lot, and they'd have motorcycle races out there. And all these guys are biker guys, and they were all my dad's friends. And I didn't think twice about, what I mean? About a biker being a bad dude or anything. And I think most of them are good dudes. It's just like there's in every group of people, there are, if you want to call them outcasts, or just,
bad apples.
Yeah, bad apples, right. I saw Glenn was on here. Hi, Glenn.
Yeah, what's up, Glenn?
But yeah, it's been an interesting life, and we get people that come down from Flint to our area all the time, stealing cars and, robbing stores and all that. My son, he's a manager over at Costco, and they've had some crazy things happen there. There's really no place where you can say there's no danger.
Yeah.
Right.
Anywhere you go. So it's good to be prepared, for something.
Yeah. So I talk to people or I listen to people, and they say, oh, I live in a good neighborhood. I leave my doors unlocked, blah, blah, blah. So how many times have you watched the news and the person says, oh, this never happened in my neighborhood before, where something happened in their neighborhood?
Yep.
You hear it all the time. I don't know if I told this story here on this channel, but me and my wife went to a car show in West Virginia. So we're at the car show. She stayed at the hotel because she was still in college. She was doing homework. So she stayed at the hotel. So she calls me. She goes, do you hear all those sirens? I was like, no, we don't hear any sirens. Because we were kind of not real far, but kind of a couple blocks away. So we start heading back. And the whole hotel was surrounded with police.
Ooh.
So I get into the room and find out that a guy killed his wife or his girlfriend 3 counties away and was on a high-speed chase. So they chased him 3 counties to a good neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So he wrecks into the hotel, and then they shoot him up. They kill him right there at the hotel.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it was a good neighborhood.
Yeah.
But somebody 3 counties away worked his way over to the good neighborhood.
Yeah.
So
and that's what a lot of thieves will do. Hey, we can get a Mercedes, or whatever, an Audi over there, whatever.
Yeah.
They're all over. Well, you've got to be prepared to take care of your stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to be, aware, have an awareness.
So, a big part when I pull into a gas station, I try not to go at night I always try to go in the daytime, early in the morning, because most hoodlums are still asleep.
Yep.
So that's the best time to get your gas, early in the morning, I think. So I try to do that. And if I see people standing around, I won't get gas there.
Yeah.
That's like why to this day, my sister, I mean, I kind of do the same thing, but like my sister being kidnapped in Taco Bell and then in the gas station in Stockton. And then she was in a couple different shootouts. Well, we were in a couple different shootouts in Taco Bell and stuff. And I think I've told this story on the channel before, but my sister to this day, she'll get out of her car, start walking up to the gas station. And if she looks in the gas station like this and looks around, if there's no clerk, or like maybe the clerk's going to the restroom and there's nobody in the gas station, she's like,
out of there. Yep.
See ya. Because there's, she's walked in before and there was somebody under the counter and they popped up, grabbed her, and then start shooting people in the gas station. And then same thing in Taco Bell. And that's when the guy went through the drive-through window and all this stuff and shooting at us. And I mean, it was crazy living there, man. And then that's why when I come into a gas station or Walmart or anything, my seatbelt comes off. And when I get in my car, if I go to leave a gas station or Walmart or whatever, until I'm out of that parking lot on the road, my seatbelt's not going back on. And most of the time I won't even wear one, so I don't care.
Yeah. Over here in Detroit, the Detroit Metropolitan Airport, real nice airport. Yesterday, some crazy guy, or maybe it was the night before, he drives up and he drives right through the doors that go into the Delta, right up to the Delta ticket desk. And fortunately, nobody died. And he had some crazy problem. He got arrested and everything, of course. But you can be anywhere. And the people don't have a lot of protection in an airport, right? Because you can't take anything like that with you. So you have to have some kind of a plan to know what the area really is like, And
it's not even watching out for thieves and bad guys and gangbangers and whatever troublemakers. Just watching your back, period.
Yeah.
I was with my kids in Lathrop, California at the gas station, and we were there because we were going somewhere, and the kids used to love stopping there because they had this UFO crashed into the top of the gas station it was like a movie set thing,
Okay.
It was like a tourist trap, and they love stopping there to get ice cream, whatever. And we're walking up to the front door, and my ex is right there with me and my kids holding the baby's hands or whatever. And I turned like this because I heard this car coming, and I grabbed them and we jumped out of the way. And this lady drove through the front of the store, and I don't know what happened. We never did hear, but she was at the pumps and did something. I think she maybe hit the wrong pedal or whatever, and punched it and went all the way through the gas station, literally. Yeah, it was nuts.
In one side and not the other. Yeah.
I guess we're not getting ice cream here. So
yeah.
Is Paul backstage?
Yeah.
You want to let him in and because he's from. Hey, brother, what's up?
Hey, Paul, how's it going? Good to see you.
The band's back.
Speaking of wild ones, where were you born and raised? And tell us a little bit about yourself too, bro.
Wow, I plead the fifth. I need advisement from my attorney counsel before I speak.
Hey, hold on, let me record this, bro.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, so I was born and raised outside of Washington, D.C. Spent a lot of time in and out the D.C., Baltimore areas.
But same thing, rough life. I mean, growing up the way we did,
Well, I look back on it, and yes, I lived in the fringe on the middle class borderline area. So I got to see everything from that upper scale Potomac multimillionaire side of things all the way into the housing projects. And yeah, I've seen a lot. I've done a lot. I plead the fifth.
So,
man, I would love to move to New Zealand. Glenn.
Right. So now all four of us here have lived and seen things that we probably shouldn't have seen.
Yep.
So what would you suggest to our audience to help them not be in situations?
I got the perfect solution. I think Arco and I have talked about this before. Here it is, Louis. You can't be in a bar fight if you're not in a bar.
There you go.
Good point.
That's right.
Stay where it's safe.
Speaking of bar fights, here's a good one. So I'm in Seligman, Arizona, a nice neighborhood, right? Seligman, Arizona, little tiny town in the boonies. This was like, oh man, this had to been, I was 20, something like that. And I'm with my tattoo artist and my dad, and my tattoo artist is this little short Mexican dude, buffed up, straight out of prison. And I got my dad and a couple other cronies with us and whatever. And all hell breaks loose. My dad starts shooting. These guys are shooting. We're in a straight up bar fight, gunfight. Seligman, Arizona, nice neighborhood. And all this crap stopped. There's guys laying all over, holding themselves and everything, blood everywhere. And Mexican Chris, that's what we call my partner that does my tattoos. Mexican Chris is standing there. And this old man is standing there with a pistol, and he's looking around. Everybody's kind of just slowed down, looking around. And he says, are you going to shoot too? And he says, no, man, I'm a Mexican. I'll just stab you to death. And everybody started busting up laughing. And I'm not even joking, bro. It was like on the movies. Everybody just kept partying with these dudes laying on the ground, doing the crappie flop, bleeding everywhere. And my dad goes, hey, bro, you think maybe we should get out of here? Let's go. Yeah. So that ruined me. That ruined me for Arizona. So we had to get up and move, get going, because we were going to stay for a week, but it ended up being about an hour and a half.
Yeah, right. Man, oh man, oh man.
It sucked, man. And I don't even know what it was about to this day,
Yeah, so yeah. Stay out of the bar, you won't get in the bar fight. That's true.
That's a good point.
So awareness for me is like when I go to a restaurant, I always look to see where the exits are.
Yep.
When my kids were growing up, I had to test them. I was like, we'll sit down. And I was like, okay, where's the exits? And I have my kids tell me, because training them to start looking for it. If we all had to take off, where are we going? Kind of talk those things out with your family. Everybody knows if something goes down, and I say, let's go. There's no why. It's everybody moves. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was, I know, understand that 100%. And this would have been like 2005, 2006. And I'm in this area called North Beach, Maryland. North Beach, Chesapeake Beach is a well-known, nice atmosphere, but it's also known for some MC culture hangouts with the restaurants and the bars along the water in there. And there happened to be an event called Blessing of the Bikes.
Yeah, been to many of those.
And I didn't realize that it was Blessing of the Bikes weekend in North Beach. At the time, my daughter wanted to go to the beach. So I took my daughter to the beach, and we hear some motorcycles coming in, and there was a band set up, and it was a really nice party, good party environment, nice, friendly family environment, scenery. When all of a sudden I recognized some signs. So yes, you need to be able to recognize signs and look for that exit strategy. And when you tell your children it's time to go, or whoever you're around, because you recognize something and you just want that exit, you have to have them understand there is no arguing, there is no questioning. You just do as said. I will explain to you in 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. We watched what happened on the news later that night, and I saw it coming. I just, come on, Kelsey, let's go.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is like I'll be getting ready to do something or whatever in a restaurant or whatever. And like Heidi was talking about, I sit with my back a certain way so I can watch people. I won't let people sit behind me because I don't know what's going on behind me. And then, or like if somebody's talking to me and I'll see them look like this, I always got to turn to see who's.
You want to see what they're looking at as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And be able to, that main entrance to the establishment you're in, you want your eyes on that entrance. There might be other ways to get in and out of the building, but that main one, you got to watch the door.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I do all the time is I look around to see what's around me that I can use for a weapon if I don't have nothing on me, because I don't carry a gun. I do carry a knife, but you know, if there's 2 or 3 dudes and you got to fight them, I mean, you know, I'm good for about 5 dudes, but then I start wearing out now that I'm getting a little bit older. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's almost standard practice. So it's in my head that at every exit in a commercial building, there should be a fire extinguisher.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you automatically know that. So when it comes, you looking for what you can use for a weapon around you, it's automatic that there should be a fire extinguisher near the exit.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, I worked at a restaurant, and I always worked the midnight shift. Right, it was a 24-hour restaurant, and you know, at 2:00 in the morning, the bars would close around here, and the bar rush would come in, and this place would be packed. And this one night, these 2 guys got into a fight right up by the cash register where I just so happened to be standing. And this guy reaches into, you know how they have those plastic things full of their silverware, knives and stuff?
Yeah.
He reaches in there, grabs a handful like this, and just starts beating the guy in the face. You know, he's got him in a headlock, and just, it was crazy. And that was in the early 70s here, this nice little town we have.
Yeah.
So perfect example. There's 4 of us right now in this room, or whatever you want to call this podcast. And we've been through it. We know how to watch our backs. We know how, you know, to watch the room, to see what's going on, to watch our, you know, to stay at the ready, to watch what people's reactions are going to be and whatever. But that's one of the reasons we started this show, not only for out in the woods, but in the urban situations too, because in an urban situation, all 4 of us right now, I know we've all been in that situation where it got really dark and we realized, crap, we're in a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
And you get almost in a different zone where people are trying to talk to you and you're like, yeah, okay. And people are trying to get your attention and you're just like, stop, you know, and you're out of that. And I know a lot of people that, man, I'm like, if I was a bad person or a thief or whatever, I'm like, man, I could smoke you right now. I watch them and they're drinking and they're talking and not a care in the world. And some guys walk up behind them and they're doing this, looking around, and I'm like, man, something's getting ready to bust off right here.
Yep.
You know, and you know, you gotta, I hate to say it, but you kind of almost got to watch not only your surroundings, but your friends, your family.
Yeah.
So it becomes exhausting, man.
Yeah.
Have out of all 4 of you guys, have you guys ever had to sleep in an urban situation in the middle of the city, and you know, like through the night, been stuck somewhere?
You mean like on the sidewalk in downtown Silver Spring, Maryland?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I guess I kind of have. It wasn't over the DC line. It wasn't in the District of Columbia, and it wasn't on the streets of Baltimore, but it was on the streets of Silver Spring, Maryland.
Oh man, many nights.
I never had to sleep
But
out.
wait a second, I got to tell 100% of this. I can't leave you all hanging with what the scenario was. It was solely to buy concert tickets for ZZ Top.
Oh yeah, yep.
I would have risked it for that.
Hey, look at Heidi's comment, bro.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, I saw that.
What are you trying to say, Heidi?
Wait till I take her to Stockton, man.
Hold up. Arco, for you to take Heidi to Stockton, you would have to leave Minnesota.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got it made here, man. It's nice. And don't get me wrong, that we've had some problems here, but it's always in the cities, man. You know, always in the cities. And you know, it's funny. I could think back of all the times I'd have problems here with people. I've never started nothing. I'm not a person that starts crap with people. I leave people alone. But all the times that I've had people start crap with me here, I look back and I'm like, that's maybe 10 times. When I lived in Stockton, it was constant. You could not go anywhere, do anything, or say anything to anybody without something busting off that night or that day or that morning or whatever.
Yep.
Even at your kids' schools, man. I mean, there was, you know, stuff going on at your schools. So, I mean, if I could give you guys any advice, 24/7. I always say 25/8. Watch your back.
Mhm.
Right. So Arco,
Yes.
tell us about this the hotel,
So she must be talking about the one in
Youngstown.
talking about the one at SEMA. Yeah, so I don't know if she's talking about at SEMA, but when we were at SEMA in Vegas, we start walking up the stairs and Heidi's behind me, and I'm kind of watching everything, same thing, patrolling, making sure everything's cool, and carrying bags and whatever. And this hooker comes up to me. She's like, "Hey, baby, what's going on?" Whatever. And Heidi pretty much told her in so many words, "Step back, or you're going off this mezzanine," But
she said you had a situation in Youngstown
on Youngstown,
when you guys came.
I don't remember that.
Hold on. We'll put her up. There you go.
Okay, Heidi, what did I do in Youngstown that?
Well, you were quite well behaved in Youngstown.
Hold up. Are you sure it was me?
Just kidding. Anyways, no, we were getting to the hotel and I went in and I asked, we were checking stuff, and I went in and I asked them if we could park around back. And they said, yeah, and there should be an entrance at the back. So we go and we take, if you all remember what was in the back of that little red truck, like it was full. And I'm talking tools and suitcases and, my little drag racing truck that I like to, anyways. And so every hotel we stayed in, we emptied this truck. So we load everything into this elevator that we had to pry the door open on, and it smelled really bad. And we load everything into the elevator and push the button and nothing happens. And I just look at him, I'm like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die in this elevator.
Right here.
And he's like, "Where's your gun?" I'm like, "I got it." Then we unload everything and we're carrying all of our stuff, and we walk around and there's another door that's got light in it. So we open up the door. There's 2 homeless guys sleeping in there. I'm like, for crying out loud.
Do you know directly across
Huh?
directly across the street? I don't know if you've seen it on the national news, but a building blew up.
Really?
Yeah,
So,
I did see that, Louis, and I think I said something to Sharon.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the building where I was staying.
yeah, right across. Well, it was across the street, like on the same side of the street, but across the street, the whole building blew up.
Oh my
Well,
God.
isn't that where the restaurant was that we ate at?
No, you were in the same building with the restaurant, but right across the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why you got to stay prepared, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you don't.
anyways,
It was a
we get around that building. We finally get all the way around the corner, and then we get in there, and I go up, and I was like, "Dude, one of you people told me that we could park in the back," and I proceeded to tell them this whole story. And then we got offered a tour, a free meal, and something else, and then I found out I didn't have a bathtub. I was not happy. But that was our.
That's
that
why
was
the
this
place blew up.
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys know, but those of you in the chat that don't know, I was born and raised in the town of, well, when I was a kid, there's like 500 people here. And now there's like 200. So
You ran them all off.
Yeah.
no. But actually, I didn't live here and most people moved away. Maybe that's why they moved. It was freaking fun. No, but it was a culture shock, to actually like have all this weird stuff happen and then because I'm used to Arco going on guard, but then there's like this next level when we're in the cities that is a different level.
Yeah.
And he does this thing, where he's at ease in the woods. I'm watching because like I've lost dogs to wolves. I have seen a bear up close. Like the four-legged creatures that are likely not going to hurt you don't bother me. However, those two-legged
Mm-hmm.
scary as heck. But yeah, we have a different type of I'm more scared of 40 below than I am of anything else.
Yeah.
But it's also nice to have a woman that I have a look and then I have a look where it's like don't, and she'll be like, oh crap, and she'll get right next to me because she knows something's getting ready to bust off, you know. And I guarantee Tracy's like that, Debbie's like that, Sherry's like that. They once your ladies get to know you and they know something's gonna happen, and then they know you're getting ready to bust some guy. You're gonna do some dental work on some guy.
Yeah.
They know to watch out. So
Well, The last time you did dental work, I did tell the sheriff. I was like, oh my God, Heidi, what did you do? I just told her if she ever came to Big Falls again, I was going to shoot her. And I haven't seen them again. And he's like, that guy just got out of jail. And I was like, well, now he's going to the dentist because he messed with us up. And Arco wasn't happy. So, and I did explain that they should tell all their other tweaker friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to talk over with your family too, to let them know. Say, hey man, when I got this look in my face, it's time to bounce, or we're gonna do whatever, whatever the situation is.
Yeah.
Honestly though, Louis, I think after so many years, your wife, your family, all your kids, everybody, I think they recognize those traits in you to know when stuff is going to happen. I mean, my poor mom, she's seen me do stuff in Stockton where, like, when she's with Danny and me and whatever, if we're together, she just stands back and goes like this. She's like, oh, here we go. and then there's a point where you hear, Danny, don't. And then he's like, man, I know what he's going to do next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She had to stop him one 4th of July, I think it was, when those kids stole out of the back of the truck. They stole some tools and Jackson stuff out of the back of the truck. And there was
it wasn't our stuff. It was my sister who has the property behind us. It was her friend. And the kid was also swimming in the back of my nephew's truck, which, okay, he was drunk. He was young, and it was like the first time he got drunk. But
there was no water in the back of the truck anymore. He was spun out.
Yeah, it was a sad situation. Anyways, those boys, they were told, and they came back over and apologized. But Danny was about not going to accept any apologies.
I was taking care of it just fine, and then he started coming up, and I told the kid, I was like, "Well, you're dead now." Like,
we're going home.
Oh man. But when it first happened, though, I had to go over to the house and find the kid because he wouldn't come over here. I said, you better get that kid over here now. And then when I went over there, the guy tried to like shut the door on me, and I was like, well, that was a mistake. And pretty soon the kids come rolling up in the truck, all of them. They all come rolling up, and they're crying and they're shaking. And I'm like, hey, I'm not going to hit you. You guys are all 18 years old or 19 years old, whatever it was. I don't know. But that guy right there behind me, I ain't stopping him. I'm moving out. I am not stopping that guy. And so it was bad, man. It was getting ugly quick,
Yeah.
It's such a different world hearing you guys talk about this stuff. Like, no.
Yeah, you kind of take it for granted where you live. You know what I mean? Other places, you might be worse than yours, or you really gotta pay attention. Like me and Tyler went to pick up his bus in New Jersey. So we get on. I'm driving his bus, so we get on this freeway, and it says no buses or trucks. So I had to get off. I was like, oh man, we got to get off this freeway before the cops catch us, because they'll mess us up. You know what I mean?
You pulled off the hood, didn't you? Yeah.
So we got off the exit, man. We were in
Big Falls.
No, we were in I can't think of the name of the town, but really bad town, right?
Trenton.
And where was? What did you say?
Trenton.
No, family in Trenton, but Trenton's bad too. But this was right next door to Trenton. Anyway, we get off, right, and so I'm looking around like, bro, we gotta get out of this neighborhood because it's getting dark and we're in a bad neighborhood. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, dude, if you see bars on windows, or you see liquor stores and gun stores, you're in a bad neighborhood. Pawn shop. He was like, what are you talking about? I was like, dude, we got to get out of here because it's getting dark. And they're looking at us. They're standing on the corner and they're watching us go by. And we're going down one-way streets where we couldn't turn around. I'm in a 40-foot bus. I'm like, oh, man, we in a bad spot.
See, that's where we're different, bro. I've been making my own damn roads. Oh, hell no, I'm going this way.
That's what I put in the chat, that, I have a big truck and I'm not afraid to use it. And that's one of the things Arco has really drilled into my head, because we've got the unique situation of having Chase. So if anything goes sideways, we've got to try to get a grown man with thinks like a 3 to 7 year old on a given day, out of a situation. And usually if I get kind of bossy with him, he'll head out. So, but for the most part, it's going to be difficult. So we have to think ahead at every turn,
Yeah. Yep. Just takes a little bit of patience and just be aware of stuff will help you go a long ways.
Yeah.
And I've noticed too, when you're in town or in a city or whatever, it's actually worse nowadays because all the keyboard commanders, like I've told people in the past, I'm like, you're talking all this crap, but you wait, your tone's going to change when you meet me in person. It's all going to change, and it does. But there's been numerous times where I've been with Chase, and like she says, he's in he's my size. He's a grown man, but he acts like he's 4 years old or something, So he doesn't know. He has no clue. And I've taken him into the men's restroom, let him go to the bathroom, and make sure he washes his hands and stuff. And then he starts yelling and jumping around and whatever, and he's handicapped. And I've turned around and I see these people like say something to me or whatever, and I've backed these dudes in the corners, man. I'm like, man, you better get on my face, bitch. Like just mad at
rude.
Yeah, they are. They're really rude, and they don't realize, man. It's like it takes 1 second to get your teeth knocked out,
Yeah,
and there's people that will fight you and like get beat up, and then there's guys like me that will beat you down and walk out and go get a Snickers and walk out the store. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care, man. You're not gonna hurt my feelings.
There's another weirdo in the group here.
What's up, David?
I'm gonna call it a night, fellas.
Oh, come on.
Hey, I got a question for Paul.
What's that?
Is there any thought of coming up to Big Falls this summer, August?
You want me to go north when it's below freezing in Texas right now?
Well, in August it's going to be beautiful up there in Minnesota.
I woke up in August in Big Falls that one year, and there was frost on the car.
Yeah, but it goes away before too long.
That was awesome. It happens. I mean, we have had snow. Chase's 2nd, 4th of July, we had snow. So.
What's up, Midnight Customs?
You never
Hey,
know.
Brandon, how are you, brother?
Anywhere in the country, you never know what the weather's going to be. It's crazy.
You never know.
Honestly,
I know that's the reason I'm back in Texas. Is I was just in Baltimore, and I jumped out. I'm like, nope, I'm getting back down to Texas before the ice and snow.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting ice then, Paul?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed the weather's weird too? Like where it's supposed to be hot, it's cold. Where it's supposed to be cold, it's hot. Like our winters are so mild the last 3 years. It's been weird.
He said that then with a 4-day stretch of 30 below.
No, warm. It's nice right now. It's 20 below right now, so it's nice.
Okay, well, Arco, I'm only at about 20 above, 17. It's very cold for me.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: how do I keep my propane tanks from freezing up? I can't even run the heat in the garage.
Really?
Yeah, the propane tanks are freezing up.
And wrap them with insulation. Wrap them.
No, if you can keep the heat off or the cold off them, yeah. So, but you got to kind of warm them up first if they're froze.
Okay.
Because didn't that happen in my shop last year?
Wait, are you using them inside your shop with a buddy heater or something?
Yes.
Oh, what size?
Well, yeah, they're both 3,000 or 30,000 BTU.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the size propane tank, 20, 30, 100.
Standard small keg for a grill.
Yeah. I think the only way he'd be able to do it is like wrap them with insulation or whatever,
Yeah.
Bring them in the house when you're not using them.
What do you think?
So bring them in the house when you're not using them.
Yeah.
No, you got to just keep the cold off them, I guess. Huh.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I did have I was running the blast heater in my shop, and was it last year, babe, where that one tank froze?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's never happened here before, so.
So I don't know if they're using something different in propane or what, because we've never had it. I mean, it's been 30, 40 below and we've had those tanks going, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Wonder if the valve on top freezes up or something. Maybe put some hot water on it. I mean,
yeah.
See if that's the problem.
But then that's the bad part. You put hot water on it, and as soon as the water gets cold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You almost need to put like some insulation around them or something.
Yeah, that's what I
Falls
think.
between a rock and a cold place. Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta get a heater for your heater to heat your propane tanks.
Yeah. Right. Now that's a good idea. Take your battery powered heat gun out there and heat it up. That's a good idea, Rico.
I know that people take those out all over the place, like ice fishing, and they're, you know, it's 20 below and they don't even think twice about it, you know, so it's gotta be something wonky. I don't know.
David was saying he's used a buddy heater to keep them warm while using them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put my cheaters on so I can read what's happening over here.
All right. Well, I'm gonna call it a night. Figure out what to do tomorrow.
All right, Paul.
Hey, good to see you again. Good seeing you again, Paul.
Love you, brother.
Take care.
Love you guys. Take care.
All right.
Later.
Bye.
You know,
there you
go.
Go
ahead, Heidi.
So Ozark Woodsman says, "Thank you," to elevate the tank. Huh. That's pretty slick.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like an insulation, right? That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You can get them off the cold ground.
Above, so grilling steaks at that.
Hey, Ozark, do you have Randy's number, or do you? I mean, if he doesn't want to give it out, that's fine. But is there any way you can get Randy's number to me, or anybody that has his number, so I can get a hold of him, make sure he's okay? What were you going to say, Louis?
I was going to say the buddy heater. I carry one with me for a backup in case everything else fails.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really glary. Yeah, we were talking about getting one just as a backup for Arco's cabin.
Yeah, because they're small. I mean, they're about the size of a suitcase, a little bit thicker, but you can keep them in your car, you keep them in the trunk.
So John says he's turning on the valve too fast.
Oh.
Really?
So I know when I run my buddy heater, sometimes I can see it getting like frost on the outside of the
tank.
Yeah.
Didn't we just watch those people put that dual tank set up down to one because it was doing that or something on that channel? Thank you.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I used to have one for my cook stove when I lived in Elbow Lake, where it went to, it automatically switch over to the other one.
Right.
But yeah.
But he might have to run that with one of those 100-pounders instead of the smaller tanks. Because if the propane's coming out there too fast, it'll freeze up on it. If he's running a big one of those big torpedo heaters, All
right, so he's running a 12-volt diesel heater. That's what I have in the bus here. I got one in the front, one in the back. And I have them plumbed into my diesel tank. I'm telling you, this heater will run you out of here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Things about them, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, have you been watching all the new videos on YouTube about Quartzsite?
Yeah.
Somebody's got an echo going on in here. I don't know who's got their volume up or something. But I've been looking at all those videos trying to find your bus in there somewhere.
Yeah, I've been on a couple videos.
Yeah, it's all like today's dates. All new dates. It's not like old stuff. So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Some people. I've been on, I think, 2 guys riding by, and you can see the bus in the background.
Sweet.
It's like Easter egg hunting. We're always looking in the background of every video. So, you got those good diesel heaters. We'll see you around Christmas time next year, right?
I don't know about all that.
We don't get enough sun.
I'll tell you what, man. I don't even want to go back home.
Yeah. Well, are your kids getting hammered with this ice and stuff?
Yeah, they got like a foot of snow.
You guys were right in the middle of it, Lewis.
Yeah.
In Youngstown.
Yep.
They got hit a lot harder than we did.
Yeah. My daughter sent some pictures. I think they got in between 8 and 12 inches.
That's not too bad. I was watching a thing the other night. It was a couple of weeks back, but it was and I forgot to tell you this, but there was a special about mobsters in Youngstown. It was good, man. It was good.
Oh, there's a great podcast.
There's a whole bunch of them. So the reason
a long series.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. You type in Youngstown on YouTube, you'll get a whole bunch of stuff. But
it's a jam. There's like
So the reason Youngstown was so popular for the mob is New York and Chicago is exactly halfway mark. Youngstown.
Yeah.
No kidding.
So I-80, they would all meet in Youngstown for meetings, and then some stayed in Youngstown and they started doing their thing there. But it's still a big mob town.
Speaking of mob town, do you guys know Michael Franzese? He was one of the big bosses in New York for the mob, and I met him last year. And he's the only whatever you call the big dudes that's still living that left the mob. And, you know, when they leave, they're goners. You know.
Yeah. Yep. On that movie, what's the big mob movie?
Goodfellas.
Goodfellas.
Yeah.
So at the end of Goodfellas, remember they relocated the guy?
Yeah.
They relocated him in Youngstown. So when he goes out and picks up the newspaper, he picks up a Youngstown Vindicator.
Huh.
Or newspaper.
True.
Vindicator.
Yep, Youngstown Vindicator. And you remember on Sopranos when Paulie got caught? He went to go see Dean Martin's place of birth.
I think I remember that episode.
So he got arrested and he was in jail, in the Mahoning County jail. Well, that's Youngstown. You were right by that jail when you were in Youngstown.
That's awesome, man.
My favorite one is called Crooked City, Youngstown, Ohio. There's like 8 episodes. It's great.
Yeah.
Now, is that on Netflix or something, or what is that on?
Spotify. It's a podcast.
Oh, okay. Spotify.
Have a lot of road time, Bill.
But you can find it on YouTube. You can find them all over the place. Netflix. There's all kind of documentaries.
Yeah, yeah.
This one is about it has the mob. Is it Jim Trafficant?
Yeah, he was the sheriff, and then he became a congressman.
Yeah,
I listened to that one. That was a good podcast right there.
So
I think home from Ohio, didn't it, babe? That whole podcast.
Yes.
He's like,
so I think Jim Trafficant ended up dying in a freak accident, and I think the mob got him.
Oh, guarantee it.
Yeah, because he went to jail. He went to jail because he was a congressman, and he was messing with the senators and everything. He was doing them in, and so they ended up getting him in jail for a couple of years. But when he got out, he was cutting grass on his tractor and it flipped over on him. And this just happened maybe like 5 or 10 years ago, just recently.
That's the story, and he's sticking to it.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Ozark. I appreciate that. And then Brandon, you were talking about Morgan. She couldn't handle the cold or what? Because tell her she'd never make it in Minnesota, man.
That's terrible.
So the day you took that picture, when I got up, it was 34.4. Because we have that thing where it's like it's literally always coldest before the dawn. So right at dawn, you're gonna hit the coldest temperature.
I don't know if that's showing through or not.
It was cold.
Yeah, that's cold too, though.
Yes, buddy. Totally. Yeah, that is cold, especially where you're at. You gotta consider where you're at. Like it's
a little chillier than usual.
Yeah. Well, we're in the middle of like the I guess you'd say the swamp. I mean, there's no other way to say it. We're in the middle of the swamp, and we tend to have a little bit colder temperatures just because there's like no big body of water by us. It's just the air just settles.
Yeah.
Stays down here and it's cold and.
Yeah, we're kind of cold too.
Oh, come on.
Huh? It's chilly, man. You see, I got my sweatshirt on.
Man.
Well, what is your daytime temperatures?
60s, in between 60 and 70.
See, that would be nice. I think I
Yeah,
could go.
But
awesome.
but the air, the wind is cold. Chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll
that's
tell you
like
what,
here when it gets
when
real
the sun
cold. Here,
goes down, it gets cold.
yeah. But like if it's 20 below,
Yeah,
it's not
sure.
too bad. It's really not that cold. You got gloves and a sweatshirt on, you're fine, you know. But when it's 20 below and then the wind starts going crazy, ooh, dog, you're talking 45 below.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
We did have a feels like a 50 below. I don't know what day it was.
Wasn't there a Al Capone? Didn't he have a cabin here in Minnesota or a house or something like that?
Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah. Oh, Wisconsin. That's what it was you were telling me about. Yeah. Well, you about ready to get off the show?
Yeah, so we got an hour and 13 minutes in.
Dang.
So everybody in the chat, we really appreciate everybody coming on, and
Thanks, you guys.
love your feedback. And if you have any ideas for us, please reach out to us and let us know, because we can make a special show for that. And Bill, thank you for coming on. Always
Thanks
love
for
seeing
having
you.
me. Yeah, appreciate it. Good to see you.
You're always
Louis.
welcome.
So thank you.
And Heidi, thanks for hanging out with us, and we appreciate you.
Thanks for letting me tell my I've been in
Young
like
girl.
cities story.
The big city, the big little city.
I don't do much. Yeah, I'll just stay in my little scary place here.
Right.
But it's probably just as intimidating to be in a place like this for some people as it is for me to be in a city.
Yeah. Yep.
Later, Robert. Thanks for showing up, brother. Thank you, John. Everybody, I appreciate it.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
Check my
Oh, you
email.
guys from Missouri and all those sticks back there. Thanks so much for showing up, man. Appreciate it.
So Ozark, what email? The concrete and campfire email?
He might be talking to the.
Oh, okay. Well, all right, guys. See you in a couple weeks, and hopefully we'll get a couple guests on, and we'll go from there.
Take care, guys. Thanks for having
All right.
me. I appreciate it.
Hang tight for a minute, Bill.
Okay. Yep.
Thanks, you guys.